Our children grew up with summers on the Norfolk Broads. I have great memories of watching my daughter sail in her little dinghy up to our neighbours where she had a friend who had the same boat, and watching those little dinghies racing up and down the river was hugely satisfying and hugely rewarding. We bought this house about 20 years ago now. We are only 3 miles away from the coast. This house is only a few inches above sea level, and as we all know, the sea level is rising. Slowing the pace of climate change is extremely important for both coastal communities and the natural habitat. I spent my entire career in the pensions industry in the UK. I've been semi-retired for many years now, but I was recently persuaded to come back to work full-time by Cushon because of Cushon's commitment to the climate. Many people worry about flying less, they may think about eating less meat, they may be thinking about ordering an electric car, but what most people are not aware of is that the single largest source of carbon emissions that they are in some general sense responsible for will be their pension fund. Because the money in your pension fund is in turn invested in a large number of companies, all of which have their own carbon footprint. The average UK pension pot produces carbon emissions equivalent to running 9 family cars.
Are you sure we're not going to reef?
I think we'll be okay.
Okay, famous last words.
The UK pension market is enormous. It's worth around £3 trillion, and where that's invested is important. For example, your pension fund might be funding the development of a new oil field, or it could be building a new wind farm.
Right, see you in a bit when we come around this corner.
What's different about Cushon is that action is more important than ambition. For example, our pension fund will be investing in wind farms, in solar farms, in battery technology, and in reforestation and afforestation. And we've already set ourselves very ambitious targets between now and 2030. Part of Cushon's mission is to connect people with their pension investments. Cushon invests in a lot of very large companies, and a lot of votes that take place at those companies which can affect things like the pay gap, the gender representation on their boards, their own attitude towards climate change, and we give our members a voice through the app on all those votes. That's a fantastic way of getting people to engage with their pensions. Climate investments make good investment sense. The world of the future, triggered by climate change, will be a very different world. We want to make sure our members are invested in the companies that respond to that changing world. Part of my role is to ensure our customers have great pension funds on which to retire. But what really excites me is making sure they have a great world to retire into.